welcome, welcome, welcome. This training is 3 simple shifts that almost instantly can change your results. And we can all do it all the time, and we just forget sometimes how powerful we are. So my goal here today is to help you see one area that you could shift that would get you new results, like right now, today. So first thing I want to share with you is just a little bit about why I'm teaching on this and why, how I've learned it. You know, I was a struggling mom of 4 and a single mom, and that's when I discovered coaching. And I had been in a direct sales company, and I went to coaching school, and I started teaching other coaches how to get clients because I was really good in my direct sales company at recruiting. It's kind of the same thing. And what I was really doing is what I'm going to teach you today. It wasn't about sales. It wasn't about recruiting. It was about the things, the process I'm going to take you through. So I was struggling along. I just needed to get money to pay for the rent and to feed my kids at that point. And also I wanted to be able to raise my kids with a mindset of wealth. So I knew if I struggled as a model, they would struggle as well, most likely. Maybe not, but most likely. I did not want to model that for them. So I decided that I was going to put them in an environment that had wealth and not just wealth, but like healthy people, happy people, people living life the way they wanted to live, sharing, making money, contributing, all of those things. But I only had limited funds, and I really wanted to put them in this school near Portland that I just fell in love with the little town, Lake Oswego. And so I had to bootstrap. I was supposed to be a good mom. Like, I committed to being a good mom, and at that time we had lost our house. I was out of my marriage. We were getting divorced, and I felt like a big failure. I felt like I had failed my kids. And you know, I had started this coaching business. People were coming to me. They were asking me how to get clients. How did you recruit? And I was doing that, but then that was starting to dwindle a little bit. And I sort of saw my business right after I started it begin to take a decline. So I met a coach who'd been in the coaching industry. Now, this was 2004, so coaching wasn't popular. You had to explain what coaching was in 2004. But I met a coach, a really successful coach. He's been making 7 figures, and he taught me about environmental design. And this is Thomas Leonard's work, and it goes way back to Thomas Leonard started the ICF, Coach Phil, Coach U, like he's one of the grandfathers of the coaching industry. And he taught me environmental design and shifting our beliefs, how to shift our beliefs. Because I was raised, you know, we all are raised with certain beliefs that are formed around money and who we are and identity, self-worth, all of those things, right? So I dove into that stuff hard. Like, I was all in. I had my back up against the wall. I had made a commitment to myself and to my kids of what I was going to create for them. And so I just like fire hose, drank that all in. And what I learned was that it's not about the mechanics of growing a business. It wasn't about the process, the sales process that I was taking people through. It wasn't about, I got out and started speaking. I didn't even think I was a speaker already, but I just did because I changed my belief. And it wasn't about the process that I was doing at the events I was speaking at. It wasn't about any of that, you guys. It was about my inner game. And so I applied what I'd learned through environmental design and started getting clients again. I got out and started speaking. My business started to grow again. And that's when I really learned the power of all of this, right? The power of belief. So let's dive into the 3. Let me just check my notes and make sure I didn't miss anything, because I feel like I did. Hold on just a second. Doo-doo-doo. Yeah, okay. Nope, that's it. So let's get into those 3 shifts. First of all, I want you to get a piece of paper, like a Post-it note size, or just rip off a piece of paper and write down one area. Well, think in your mind of one area that you would like different results in. Maybe you want to make more money. Maybe you want to improve a relationship. Maybe you want to improve your health. Whatever that is, just think about that. And then on a piece of paper, like a Post-it note, or just tear a piece of paper off, write down what's holding you back. Just trust whatever comes to you. What is holding you back? Just write that down. Are you not, like in business, maybe you feel like you're not in front of enough prospects or the right prospects. Maybe it's fear. Maybe you feel confused or overwhelmed. Maybe you're growing and it's scaring you how quickly you're growing, or you don't have systems and structures in place for your business, or you're afraid to open your heart to somebody that you really love. Just whatever that is, which kind of goes back to fear, just write that down real quick, okay? Just write that down, and then we'll jump into the shifts. Okay, hold on to that. Just write down what's holding you back. Okay. Now, shift number 1. First of all, it's all about belief. Okay? It's all about your belief. Understanding how belief works is the key to getting the results that you want. It's not about strategy. It's about your beliefs. So, if you invest, it's really like 90% mindset, 90% belief, and 10% strategy. So I want you to think to yourself, how much time are you spending on trying to figure things out? How much time are you spending waiting for the right opportunities to show up? How much time are you spending on strategy? Think about that for a minute. And how much time do you spend on your own inner game, your own belief system? Think about that for a minute. Because it's 90% inner game. And it's 10% strategy that will get you results. The strategy comes from the beliefs you form internally. That's how you see the strategy. It's not the other way around. And most of us, most people are doing it all backwards. Looking for circumstances when the opportunities are in your heart. Okay, so you don't need to figure it out. You're not going to get it until you shift your beliefs and you decide. You get out in front of it. We get results from the other side of what we want, not from looking at it and wanting it. It's from getting on the other side of it and experiencing it. And I'm going to show you how to do that in just a minute. All right, so okay, Renee, I'm glad this is helping. And hi, I'm glad you're here. So that piece of paper in your hand, right? I want you to hold on to it, make a fist of it. This is what you're believing right now. This is what you said is holding you back. Now, you don't have to share it, just hold on to it really tight, lock it in. Okay, can you feel it in your fist? That's a belief. You're holding that belief tight. If you're ready to let that go, if you're really ready to get on the other side of what you want, I'm going to invite you right now to take that piece of paper and tear it up. Make a decision right now to stop. Like, okay, hold on, I'll go into that in a minute. Open up your fist. Do you feel that? Does that feel better than what you were holding on to, clenching? Tear that paper up and shift your belief. Decide right now, no more. I am the creator of all of this. And what I was holding on to is what I was creating. So we're gonna get a new belief for you right now in any of these areas that you can lock in, that you can hold on to. But it's an empowering belief. It's a belief that comes from your heart. It's you aligning with the energy of what you want and allowing it to come in. So now write down what it is that you really want. Why did my camera just go, or my light just go off? Write down what it is you really want. Oh, it must be, you must need a charge. All right, well, hopefully you can still see me. I mean, what do you really want? Really, really want? Write that down from your heart, not from your head. Start with our heart, and then we give it to our head. All right? I just want you to write that down. Okay, now let's move on. So do you guys get that? It's not about the strategy. It's about the inner game. Now, number 2. Let's dive into this more. You have to understand the design process first. Okay, so understand how manifestation works. That's the point. Understand that you can do it right now. You can get clients today. You can change your relationship today. You can change your health today. All those things, you can do that right now. So you have to understand it. And I'm going to take you through the process. What I want to share with you is, what does it mean, first of all, to be an energetic match for what you want? What does that mean? I want you to think about, if you had what you wrote down, if you had that right now, if that existed for you, what would you be doing? First of all, what would you be doing? So let's say, let's use money. Let's say you want to have a $300,000 business. If you owned a healthy $300,000 business, so that means profitable, not a $300,000 business with $400,000 of expenses, a $300,000 business with maybe $50,000 of expenses, okay? So it's profitable. What would you be doing in your day? You're doing exactly what you love in this business. I want you to feel into that. What would you do? And then secondly, how would you feel? How would you be feeling? Whatever this goal is, maybe it's a health goal, maybe it's a relationship goal. This stuff works for everything. And I'm going to show you how. But first of all, I want you to capture that feel. Feel the energy of already having it. And then once you feel that, what does your world look like? You ever got really excited about something and all of a sudden everything around you just looks amazing? Whereas maybe if you're not feeling so great, everything doesn't look so great. That's being a match, an energetic match. So feel the energy of already having it. And then what does your world look like? Now, we're going to jump into environmental design, and this is powerful. This is the work that I learned from Thomas Leonard early in my coaching days, and it's amazing. One thing I want to tell you is high energy. When you're in high energy, you are surrounded by things, and we're going to go through the 9 environments. There's 9 different environments. So whether it's in your physical environment, like beauty, whether it's in your relationship environment, like connection and like awesome conversations, whatever it is, when you're in a high state of energy, you feel really good. When you're in a low state of energy, you feel heavy. What causes us to shift into a low state of energy? Have you ever gone to like a conference or a vacation and you stay in a really nice hotel and then everything just seems so easy? When I get home, I'm gonna do all this stuff, it's gonna be amazing. And then you get back home and you're like, how was I even feeling like that? Like, I really like that, but I don't understand. I don't feel like that anymore. It's your environment. If you have clutter in any of your environments, if you have chaos in any of your environments, it lowers your vibration. So look around you right now. Is there clutter in your environment? Are you surrounding yourself with unfinished projects, with broken equipment, with things you don't use, with things that no longer represent who you're becoming. Get rid of that stuff. Get rid of that stuff. And everything will shift. So I'm going to show you the environmental design training, and I made a document for you guys. So if you want it, if you're on the Facebook business page, you can type in the letters EV. I think they might have to be capital. Let me just add that so you can see, in case you don't, in case I didn't articulate well. Okay, so here it is. I'm going to show you this. So type in EV in the comments, and it'll be delivered to you in Messenger. Hopefully it'll work. If it doesn't, and you type in EV in the comments, we can go back in and make sure that it was delivered, and we'll get it to you right after the training. It should work though. So that's going to give you a workbook to go through these environments that I'm about to share with you and help you make some shifts. So here we go. Let me come back over here. Bum, ba, bum, ba, ba. Oh wait, can I not share my screen on VLive? Maybe I can't. Well, there you go. I don't think I can screen share. No, I should have done this in Zoom. Okay, well, that's all right. I'll take you through it. So the 9 environments, just type in EV and you'll get them. I'm sorry, I don't think I can screen share. I just started using VLive again, and I don't think I can screen share, but I'm gonna take you through them. You'll be able to download that document and see exactly what I'm talking about. I'm gonna go through these kind of quickly because I've laid it out for you in the workbook, and I really want you to invest some time, but I'm just gonna give you sort of an overview. And that is, there are 9 environments of you. And we create our environments and then we adapt to them. We're adapting to our environments right now with the new things that are happening with our weather patterns, right? Human beings always adapt to our environments, and simultaneously our environments are always a reflection of who we are internally. So it's this beautiful dance. When we shift our environments, we shift who we are internally. So get into your heart, decide what it is that you want to become, and then design environments to support you in that. So real quickly, you'll see a big circle, and right in the middle it says you, and you are surrounded by your mimetic environment. And your mimetic environment is the thoughts, the beliefs, the information, the things that you mind. And outside of that, and they are, your body is an environment. So all the things you put on and in your body, so your hair, your nails, the products you use is your body environment. Yourself, how you feel about yourself is an environment. And again, this is all explained in the document to further detail so that you can go in and do an assessment and then decide how you want to shift. Then yourself, I said that one, and then nature is an environment. We need nature, we're animals. So what's your nature environment like? That's why I live at the beach. That's why I lived at the lake. I love water, and that environment supports me in creating what I want in the world. Spiritual, your spiritual environment. Are you nourishing that? Are you nurturing it? Next is relationship, your relationship environment. All your relationships are an environment. So if you're surrounding yourself with people who are living life fully, growing, up-leveling, positive, solution-focused when problems come up. None of this means that problems don't come up. They do, but people who are solving problems and collaborating with one another. If you're surrounding yourself with people like that, you're going to have a different experience than if you're surrounding yourself with a bunch of people complaining, because it's an environment and it reflects back to you your own beliefs and thought patterns. And then we have your physical environment. This is what we usually think of when we think of environments, like what's around you physically. What's your house look like? What's your car like? What's your yard like? Physically, what's around you, and is what you're seeing around you supporting who you want to become? Is it reflecting back to you who you want to become? And then finally, your network environment. This is similar to your relationship environment, but it's not like your your inner circle, it's sort of that next level out. Like, where are you hanging out? Are you hanging out with people who are struggling? Like, what associations are you part of? Where do you volunteer? What events do you attend? Who are you creating a relationship with that supports you in, the bigger picture, in your business, in your life? That's an environment. So this training will take you through, you'll have the opportunity to, it'll describe each environment, then you'll have the opportunity to list out any clutter that's in that environment that we don't really think about, because if you ever notice, something might start stacking up and then you don't even notice it. But have you ever rearranged your house and put up some new art or something, and you walk in and you're like, wow, right? That's the power of this. So it'll show you, you'll have the opportunity to look at clutter, and then you'll have the opportunity to look at, what do I want to change here? And you can do it over time. It's not like you have to do this all at once. Also, your environments are, they are dynamic. So when you shift one environment, for instance, if you shift, and you'll see on the circle that there's certain environments next to each other, and they work very closely together. So if you shift your network environment, on either side of that is relationships and finance. When you shift your network environment, you're going to shift some of your relationships just by who you're hanging around now. And you're also going to shift your financial environment. So if you're hanging around people who, like I said, they're growing, they're contributing, they're introducing you to people, your business is going to grow, right? And your relationships are going to shift. So it's dynamic. And the reason I'm kind of diving into this a little deeper is I want you to know you can just do one little thing at a time. This doesn't have to be a big overhaul. You just get to kind of keep at it, and one shift will create a result for you. So that is the environmental design piece. And when I very first learned this, my plan was to teach other people how to design their environments. I opened my first coaching company, Intentions Coaching and Training, and that's when my business really started growing, because I was teaching inner game stuff to entrepreneurs. And I was selling coaching programs. I started creating group programs. And then I went on to, I had one-on-one, of course, clients. But then I went on to high-ticket masterminds, where somebody can come into the circle, the mastermind circle, and present their challenge, and we can create a solution for them almost, usually it takes about 20 to 40 minutes, and shift their beliefs and shift their environments, give them that assignment, and they're on their way. And when I started doing that work with people, their businesses started growing like crazy. My business doubled that year. Each new level of revenue that we create requires another shift. So this isn't something you do once. That's why I'm saying take one little piece and keep going. I want you to learn how to do this, because every time you offer something at a higher price point in business, or you work with a higher level client. The first time a 7-figure client hired me to help them scale, I had to make another shift, because I had primarily been helping people get over 6 figures, and then into 250,000, and then into 500,000. I just kind of taught what I was learning along the way, but each level I had to up level. So I created my Mindset Makeover program, which I no longer sell, but I began teaching that process just to my private clients, my one-on-one clients. I still use it today. And that created the results. I was able to move onto the lake. We moved into this tiny little house in Lake Oswego where I didn't know how I was going to get the rent, but I just started speaking, right? And I dove into this work, and I started shifting my beliefs about myself and my abilities and who I was in the world. And I was able to move into a lakefront house and raise my kids the way I promised that I would raise them to myself the very first time I held them. And I created incredible experiences for them. We bought a boat. I got to learn to drive a boat. They got to learn to wakeboard. We had, friends over, all that stuff. And I got to model what I wanted for them. And I was able to send them all to college. The last one just went off to college. And then I moved down here to San Diego to live on the beach, right? Another environmental design choice. So I just want to share how very, very powerful this is. And now let's go on to the third. Let me grab my agenda back up. The third shift. And I'm going to talk a little bit. Remember, the first shift was to invest in mindset and belief before strategy. So we're going to talk. I gave you the environmental design work, but I'm going to give you some more like little nuggets that you can use to really lock it in. Because the third shift is you have to do this daily. This isn't a one-time thing. This is a shifting your beliefs is a daily habit. You have to practice it every day. It's like working out at the gym. It's like building your muscles. It only works if you make it a daily habit. And you can't just learn about it. Like, oh yeah, I've heard about that. I know about that. That doesn't matter. You don't know about it until you live it, right? You don't know it until you live it. You just know about it. So what is a daily practice? I've got some notes here. Well, I start every day with journaling. And, you know, my journal is my user's guide. It's my manual, my life manual. It's like, you know how you get a new car, you get your manual? That's what journaling is to me. And I tell myself every morning who I am. I tell myself every morning what I believe. And I ask myself what I am going to choose to be an energetic match for today. Because there's a lot of different things. You know, when my kids are down here, I choose to be an energetic match for a really fun mom, right? So I get to take the time to design my day before I even get out of bed. I do make coffee. I get out of bed, I make coffee, I grab my journal. I lots of times just go crawl back in bed or get on the couch and write it all out. And then with my pen, I get myself super jazzed up. Like I just rant about how amazing whatever it is that I want is. So that thing that you're wanting to create, start talking about it as if it's already happened. Get yourself all riled up about it. Like, oh my gosh, it happened. Here I am. This is how I feel. This is what it looks like. It's so exciting. And now I can even see the next step, right? When we can see the next step beyond the thing that we want, it's easier to get to the thing that we want. So let's say it's, you know, maybe you want to fill a program or fill your coaching practice. There's a couple coaches on here. Oh my gosh, I have my 10 clients. It feels so good. Oh my gosh, and they're all doing great. They're getting good results. And you're writing all this out. And then it's like, and now I can't wait to reach even more people with a group program. I'm going to start designing your program. I'm so excited. And then you go out and you have another vision beyond the one that you're desiring. And so the one that you're desiring now seems easier, right? So you're keeping yourself ahead of yourself by designing your future in your journal. I create journaling prompts for myself for different situations. I have different checklists for things that inspire me and, you know, in different areas of my life. I use those. I've created assessments and exercises, and I just keep them in a notebook by my journal. So if I wake up and I'm just like, well, you know, maybe I don't feel so great that day, or maybe I'm frustrated about something, it's good to have support material right there. And I'll be just like, okay, here I go. Like sometimes I've got resistance, right? We all do. And that really, really helps. So again, like just have the resources around you to support you in staying with this on a daily basis. And I do it anywhere from maybe 10 minutes to half hour. If I'm going to create something new, like I'm going to launch a program based all on this, because I am getting so much demand and seeing so many people that I work with personally get results because of this. So I'm going to create a program. So yesterday I spent about an hour and a half and I wrote out everything that I'm going to do. So I can use this for creating programs, for, you know, I did that when I moved to San Diego. I wrote out exactly what I wanted, where I thought I wanted to be, what I wanted the environment to look like. I wanted it to be Mediterranean. I wanted all these things. And then once I got clear about it and kept journaling about it, there was this path of you guys have heard the stories, it's magic how I ended up in this particular unit. It's kind of crazy, but it's how we are. We're powerful. So, you know, I'm telling you my point is that it doesn't have to be a lot of time that you invest, 10 minutes to a half hour every day for consistency. And then for bigger things, just, you know, dive into it and write it all out first. And that you can do for, you know, an hour or an hour and a half, however long you want. When I plan out big shifts, I really invest in this. That's the first step. Let's see. Yeah, so then what questions do you guys have? Because it's really about designing your beliefs first, deciding it's going to happen, and then creating this, letting the strategy reveal itself to you, whether you want to create a 6 or 7 figure business, whether you want a new career or a promotion, whether you want a new level of health, a perfect partner, a loving relationship, you know, something with your family. It works. So I'm going to stop right there and address any questions that you might have. If anybody's interested in the program, I'm going to be, I don't know when I'm going to launch it. I'm just putting it all together right now. Send me a message and I'll send you information as soon as we have it. Let me see what questions we have. I'll hide this. Okay, there's some great questions here. Let's see what they are. Is step 3 about journaling daily? Yeah, it's about journaling. It's not, and let me just add, that prompted a thought for me. It's not, it is about journaling daily. It's also, it's more than journaling. It's exercise, it's movement. Like, it's about really embodying what it is that you want. Flora, yes, this will be right here. As soon as we're done with this, it will be saved as a recording, so you can go back to the beginning and watch the steps. How do I change my belief system to not be the 1%? Tell me what you want it to be. So there's a couple of things, like when we're shifting beliefs, we want to make sure that we are always moving towards something rather than away from something, because our beliefs are anchored. So when we're moving away from something, the anchor remains there no matter how far away we get. That's why, like, diets don't work usually. People will follow it and then revert back because it was about losing weight. So what are you moving towards? So how do you shift your belief system to not be the 1%? I'm not sure what you mean by the 1%, but I would flip that into, how do I believe that I'm the 99%, or whatever that is, right? What would that person do? What would their environments look like? What kind of things would they bring into their environments? And it doesn't mean that you have to go out and spend a lot of money, you guys. You can shift things easily. And the workbook will mention some of that. So really aligning with where you're going. Make sure that your desires are moved towards desires, not move away from desires. Does that make sense? Okay, what other questions do you guys have? Let me see. Oh, I think you were talking about the strategy, the 99% mindset, yeah, I think that might be talking of what you were talking about. So that just takes some practice, if that's what your question was. Renee, that just takes some practice of really, because they're habits, right? Like, you're holding on to those beliefs, like I showed you at the beginning with your, you know, what's holding you back exercise. So it's stopping yourself and reframing and writing out your beliefs. Writing out your beliefs. Thank you for clarifying. Yeah, I got that. You know, it's like writing a screenplay for a really good movie or a TV show. Have you ever like just fallen in love with a TV show and you're just like binge watching it. It's like that. Like somebody wrote that. It's like somebody sat down and wrote all that out. They created that. And then we relate to those characters, right? The same thing, we can do the same things for ourselves. So investing the time to really write out your own screenplay and then look for the clues. That's where the strategy, that's where your brain comes in. Use your heart for the first part and then allow your brain to do what it's so great at, which is finding the answers and the clues. What we tend to do is look for the answers and the clues from a circumstance that is something that we don't want. And so we find more of what we don't want. Does that make sense? Okay, are there any other daily practices to do in addition to journaling? Great question, Anna. Movement, moving energy. So think about the energy. Like if you feel stuck, go for a brisk walk. If you get all fired up in your journal, like I was saying, just rant about things, like turn on some music and dance. Have you ever noticed the impact that music has on us? You can shift your energy instantly with music. So when you're looking at your environments and you're designing them, look at all of the aesthetics, not just the physical things, but the experiences. Scent, like think of your senses, like put in some essential oils. I've got my little thing right here of orange essential oil from doTERRA. Put some on right before the training because I like how it makes me feel, right? And so what are you seeing? How are you feeling? What are you hearing? Is there positive noises around you, or are you hearing stuff that, you know, it's kind of annoying, but it's kind of, you put it on autopilot, but actually it's still running in your unconscious mind. Turn on some music. When I'm creating, I turn on like study music or classical music. When I want to get jazzed up, I turn on some great rock that I love, right? So use all of the things around you to shift your energy, because that's what's going to make you a match for what you want. Movement is another one, your body. Nature, this goes into the environmental design workbook, which if you came on late, if you type in EV, let me put that back up again, you'll get that download. Just put it in the comments. It has to be on the Facebook business page that you put that in the comments. It doesn't work in the group. So head on over, if you're watching in the group, to the business page, The Entrepreneur Unleashed, and type in EV. Because in there, like nature is one of the environments. So if I go for a walk on the beach barefoot, I feel completely different than if I sat here on and did my work. That you're really pulling in everything that you have around you to support you in creating what you want. So those are the kind of practices. Like I go to Pilates early in the morning. I walk my dog. I take her down to the beach. I journal. I don't start my work until those things are done. A lot of the content and training that I do comes from my journaling. Like this training came from me journaling, and several people have been saying, you know, how did you do that? They've heard the story of my move or other things, or can you help me with this? And I'll give them journaling prompts or different assignments, and they'll be like, oh my gosh, like now I don't know what else to journal. So I've been making more prompts and more exercises and checklists and things to support people. So just make sure that you're using everything around you to support you in creating what you want. Hopefully that helps. Any other questions, you guys? I don't see any, but there is a delay. So I'll wait and see if there are any more. I'll have a little sip of water. And hopefully that helped. What's your takeaway from this, you guys? What, any questions or any takeaways that you have? And then also, what are you committed to? Because I love, when I speak or train, I love to help people get one golden nugget that they can apply right now today that's going to make a difference for them, right? I don't want to just push information out and clutter people's mind. Your mind is an environment too. I want to inspire people to take action in a new way so that they can get a good, a new result, right? Yes, there is a replay, Rita. It's going to be right here on whichever page you're on. Once this is done, you can go back and start it and watch it from the beginning. So what do you guys? What's your takeaway? What did you learn? What did you like? Anything you're confused about? I'm going to make changes. 1, journal daily. Add color in my home. Oh my gosh, that's so awesome. My new condo, which I'm renting, it's all the same color. I have never lived in a house that didn't have like really pretty walls because I always paint them. So I was thinking about painting. It's got really high ceilings though, but wow, I love that, Renee. Add color, whether it's, you know, I have this glass whiteboard. I don't know if you can see it behind me. And I have all my color markers. And one of the things I do when I'm creating is just write all over that. I make hearts and smiles in between all the text. Thank you, Kathy. I'm glad that those were good insights for you. Flora, mindset and energy work first. Yes, I've done it before and now I need to get back to it. You get to get back to it. You choose to get back to it. I love hearing that. Yes, yes, yes. It's all created internally first. That's awesome. Renee, number 3, create my environment that reflects my vision and energy. Ooh, I got chills from that because I know you are a powerful woman with some big things right on the horizon. So I love seeing you taking action like that. That's awesome. All right, guys. Yes, if you're popping on, this will be here for you. I'm not taking it down. It'll be in the group and on the Facebook page wherever you're watching now. If you want the training, the environmental design training, it will be delivered through Messenger when you type the letters EV for environment in the comments. And it only works on the business page. But we'll go through and see if you guys typed it in the group. We'll see if we can make it work for you. I think you might have to opt in, though. By the way, you guys, when you type in EV, it's going to come up and ask you how you can help. And you have to type it in again because it's like a double opt-in. Anna, is it Anna or Anna? I want to say your name right. You are reinforcing that I want to make specific changes. Now I know where to start. That's awesome. Thank you. I'm so glad to hear that. Yes, it starts internally with a decision and a shift in your beliefs, and then the dedication to keep doing it. The process, like the 3 shifts. Make the decision, change your beliefs, follow the process that I taught you, look at the environmental design, journaling, all the other things, and then do it every single day. Commit to who you're going to be every single day. So hopefully, you guys, that's helpful. And I would love to hear from you. If you go use this today or do something new, come back and leave me a note. Let me know that it's working for you. I love seeing the results that people get when they actually, really embrace this because it's powerful stuff. So thanks so much. I will be back. If you want to know more about the training I'm going to release on this, you can PM me or drop a comment. And I will be back next week with another training for you. Thank you so much for being here. And remember, as always, be real, take a stand, and change lives. Bye for now, you guys.